Hello and welcome back to Deadfire. So, last time we explored all of the Brass Citadel and we did Bertano's quest with the gloves, or Facina's quest. Bertano probably wasn't too happy with the outcome of the quest, given that he has now been taken by the Royal Deadfire Company. Anyway, we're heading over to Sacred Stair and we're going to find out what's going on over there. See what kind of difference we've got there. Yeah. I wonder what is happening over here. I don't know if we've heard much about this area. Okay. Oh, this is all very kind of old-fashioned. This must be the Huana's place. Yeah, definitely. This is the Huana's main area. I can feel it already. We got Animancers, the Spire of the Soul Eaters. Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? Sounds like an alright place to go. Can't imagine it's too bad. Hello, there's like a ton of so this is the Animancer area. Okay. So thick treatise on the variety of Animancy related topics clutter the desk. Ooh, free stuff. All of it's free stuff. A book. Animancy in the Modern Age. Animancy is a science both respected and reviled, sometimes by the same person. For all the research done on the topic, we still know so little. Control over life itself? Sometimes something Animancy has been working towards for hundreds of years. There are no real records of how the practice of Animancy was discovered. But once the spark of knowledge ignited, there was no stopping its inevitable discoveries. In 2260 AI, Animancers, as a result of their extensive research, successfully contained and transferred a soul. The subject of the experiment, whose name is unknown, was young and wealthy, but infirm. The idea was to move his soul from the dying body into that of a recently deceased man who had suffered an accident. The new body, bearing only slight decay, would house the soul, giving the man a much better life. The outcome of this experiment resulted in the condemnation and outlaw of Animancy in the Aderian Empire. Again, we have no true records of what happened, as they were all destroyed after Animancy was outlawed. A journal was discovered. A makeshift confession by one of the participants. Excerpts from the journal follow. 2260 AI. Bon Prima, 16. It is done, and the gods forgive us for our arrogance. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but certainly not that. But what did any of us expect? Still, behind the revolution there is a sense of pride, something I can't deny. All the research, the studying, everything we worked for. We thought we'd change the world. How it's changed. All was in place. The twisted form lying on the table next to its new vessel. The equipment had been prepared. The tinctures and potions all carefully crafted. Every detail painstakingly organized to ensure success. We most assuredly succeeded. The procedure went exactly as it should. The soul, extracted from the old body, held bound in place to prevent it from moving on. The next step, transfer to the fresh vessel. It was beautiful and terrifying. I listened as they spoke the words of binding. I watched the soul move, not the soul itself, of course, but the vapor we used to detect it, as it lowered into the vessel. A gentle luminescence covered the body, and then nothing. Silence, darkness. I held my breath, afraid that even the slightest disturbance would destroy all our hard work. Then motion. Then, dear gods, then blood. How did I ever survive? I do not know. The vessel rose from the slab and the room breathed. Every person crowded around the table exhaled. Some cheered. We had made life from death. We had become eternal. The body closed its eyes and tilted its head, looking for all purposes to be listening for something, or to it. Then its eyes popped open, and it moved. Its lips peeled back from its teeth in a horrible expression of fury. It fell on the nearest man, tearing his throat, knocking him to the ground. Then the room erupted into screams, shouts, and the flurry of bodies running, pushing, doing everything in their power to get away from the creature sitting on their colleague. But right before that happened, in the split second before the chaos, when there was nothing else in the air but a stunned, terrified silence, I heard it. Sitting there on his chest, face at his neck. And it was feasting. Oh. Alright then. Don't transfer souls. It's a bad idea. Got it. I'll just tuck that little note away. Okay. Now we've got the roof, which has a very interesting green Adra thing that's been wired up. Nice.
Merla, that burned. Well, that won't do it all.
Okay. Idwin. Hello. A steady, white-haired elf frowns down at the table covered in coiled copper wires and glimmering shards of Adra. Her gloved hands smooth her well-tailored Valian coat as she mumbles under her breath. Apparently absorbed in her work, the Animancer doesn't acknowledge your presence. Hey! The woman spins on you, blinking rapidly behind a pair of brass-rimmed spectacles. Her bright carmine eyes and paper-white skin mark her as one of the Lamfelin.
Hello, my apologies. I didn't see you there.
Her Diran bears a clear, crisp, but difficult-to-place accent. The pale elf examines you warily, unease clear in the set of her shoulders. Are you alright?
I am fine. Is there some reason I shouldn't be?
One of her pale eyebrows arched. She tugs at her gloves and looks away from you. Calm settles about her like a burial shroud.
Which is not to say I do not appreciate your concern. I do.
She settles her spectacles on her nose. As she does so, you notice her hands shaking.
I, like the other scholars here, am engaged in the study of the soul sciences. Was there something you needed, or may I return to my studies?
Her thin lips settle into a crooked smile. As she speaks, a drop of blood rolls out of the elf's nose and drips onto her lips. She pulls a handkerchief from her coat pocket and wipes away the blood without a word. You're bleeding.
Indeed. I apologize if you find the sight of blood unsettling. Though, from your appearance, I would expect you to be well acquainted with it. In any case, why are you here?
Well, your accent isn't Valian. Why are you dressed like one?
Just a bit of culture I've picked up along the way.
Her clothing is spotless and well tailored in the old Valian style, replete with lace, silk, velvet, and brocade.
I admire their tailoring tradition immensely. It's much grander than clothing one finds in The White That Wends.
As she straightens the cuff of her jerkin, a small look of satisfaction flits across her face. That's marvellous. Who's your tailor?
I am, of course.
She puts her hands on her hips and straightens her back. Okay, she's got blood coming from her lips. She's very pale. She's got multiple skills, which means that she must have been alive for a reasonable amount of time. You think she's a vampire? I mean, I can't remember whether there were vampires who could just walk around and talk in Pillar's universe, but I mean, she's got all the signs of a vampire. So you're an animancer and a seamstress.
A curious mind is an agile mind. Besides, the two practices are more alike than one might think.
I suppose they do both require careful hands and obsessive attention to detail.
Care and patience, yes. It is gratifying to be understood.
She brushes a speck of dust from the front of her coat and gives you a lopsided smile. How'd you come to be in Nekataka?
It is a mundane story. I sought out the ship with the longest oversea route departing from the Republics and booked passage.
Though her words are flat and her voice affectless, Yidwin is not calm. She shifts her weight from foot to foot and looks anywhere but your face. She has a restless, nervous air of a horse about to bolt.
I had intended to perform a handful of experiments regarding the nature of souls that could only be done safely at sea.
Well, I know of no animancy that must be done strictly at sea.
A fellow researcher? Then perhaps you will understand.
She steeples her fingers and gives you a sly smile. Well, understand what?
I've long been fascinated by the nature of entropy. Nothing is unaffected by the passage of time, excepting souls. Supposedly.
She smirks.
Is it not possible that repeated reincarnation damages a soul? Could the process of reincarnation itself be responsible for some of the many ills that plague the souls of Kith?
And let me just guess. You're not reincarnating anymore because you're an immortal vampire.
I deduced that it was possible to escape the cycle, escape Bareth's grasp, to remove one's soul from the wheel.
I'm afraid that went right over my head.
I suppose I was wrong to expect more from you.
Stop dancing around my questions. Tell me what's going on.
If you insist.
She takes a step back at your sudden request and clears her throat.
With the aid of a device of copper and Audra, I have uncoupled my soul from my body, freeing myself of Bareth's wheel. I belong only to myself now.
Pride girds her voice. What possessed you to do this to yourself?
My body and soul are my own. Why should I not do with them as I wish?
She squares her shoulders and fixes you with a glare.
Who are you to say?
Idwin's carmine eyes cling to you, mouth set in a small frown. Well, I'm somewhat of an expert on the subject of souls. As you know what? I'm a watcher. I see into the souls of others and if necessary pass judgment on what I find there.
Truly.
Her brows rise high on her forehead. She leans towards you, her eyes fixed on yours, suddenly intent.
Tell me, what do you see when you peer into the souls of Kith? Do you see their misdeeds? Their evil thoughts? Their unkindnesses, perversions, cruelties?
She blinks, frowns, and breaks eye contact.
I apologize. I have always felt a kinship with your kind. Having witnessed the very worst in Kith has left me keenly attuned to recognizing ill intent.
She quickly shakes her head.
Perhaps you would be amenable to me traveling with you on something of a permanent basis?
Sure, why not? You're welcome to come along.
Truly?
She blinks, her mouth hanging half open.
We should discuss the sleeping arrangements.
Thaklat, traveler. I am grateful.
Thaklat? An origami expression of gratitude? She clasps your hand in hers, pumps it quickly and releases. After a quick pat down of the various pockets sewn into her coat, Idwin nods sharply and rests a hand on the hilt of her rapier.
I have all that I need. We may depart at your leisure.
Her lips curl into a coy little smile and she says no more. Alright. So we've just recruited a vampire? Or as they're putting it, a mind stalker? Okay. Is she an actual character or not? I don't know. I think we're going to stick with mind stalker because it sounds awesome. She is not an actual character. Aww. Oh well. I mean, she was cool.
I got this.
But there's not, like, I can't not bring along somebody who's story relevant if there's story relevant people. You know what I'm saying?
Watch and learn.
A note is scrawled into the margin between diagrams. Increased current, lightning. Alright, well. Hello, Flonlet. Who are you? From her unkempt hair to her agitated pacing, Flonlet gives off an air of restrained chaos. She waves you over with a few quick motions.
You don't mind if I talk and work, do you? What can I do for you?
She turns away to scrawl a quick note. You work here?
Not the coziest place for it, is it? But the open air, the lightning specifically, is a boon. Lets our mages have a rest now and then. Good test of the equipment too. We're working on making it less delicate. Our junior researchers are still a little soft.
She laughs. What are you working on here?
Glad you asked, amico. Very glad. We're very excited about the work here, and we are always looking for volunteers. We've catalogued a number of interesting properties unique to luminous Adra, but there are some very specific qualities we are investigating. Qualities that a watcher happens to be uniquely suited to exploring. You're just what we're missing.
Well, I'd be happy to help however I can.
Ghilardi, what a relief. You won't regret this. Let me run you through the theory, and we'll get to the test itself. Luminous Adra has special effects upon Kith. Even to the humblest, it offers some small improvements. Rejuvenation, vitality, the kind of thing you sell to people back home, ne? But what about those who have already harnessed their own essence? Consider the talented cutpurse, for instance, who can cross a room by slipping briefly into another place. The world between. Luminous Adra holds enormous quantities of essence, the kind of energy we can't replicate or restore. And these formations have a kind of connection to each other across the in-between. I believe we can harness this connection and your natural abilities to transport a person across great distances in a moment.
Well, your theory is sound. I've used Adra to track someone before.
Oh, good. You've done some experimenting on your own. A curious mind is a happy mind, I say. Can't mope about ghosts all day. We've collected a number of illuminating readings, and our machines are ready to harness the Adra's essence. But for the moment, we are effectively blind when it comes to targeting the next pillar. Now, if someone were capable of sensing that essence in the in-between, even of manipulating it, someone like a watcher, for instance.
What would I have to do?
Ah, well, this is a little like describing a muscle I don't have.
Alette thinks for a moment, snapping her fingers as she paces back, a half step back and forth.
The idea is for you to focus on the next connection point. The machine will use that new link between the Adra veins to create a tether, as well as provide the energy for you to jump effectively. What's really exciting is, so long as you are holding that connection open, your companions can jump alongside you.
And there's no risk I'll show up missing limbs or nothing?
The next pill is due east of here, in the middle of a farm. It's not as tall as this one, but you shouldn't have any trouble finding it. Oh, and don't worry. We paid the farmers.
Alright, let's do this.
Gelarde. Very well. You stand there. Ansel, the machine.
Okay.
All right, Watcher. Remember, focus on the beam of light. It ought to be like stepping through a door.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And remember, don't...
Oh? Don't do what? Oh dear. Well, this isn't the farm.
Can't say this is what I imagined hell would look like.
Well, I would imagine this looks like the realm of Rimmergant. You know, the god of cold. But maybe I'm wrong. Or this is like in the White March. No, I'm thinking the realm of Rimmergant. If I had to be honest with you.
This is why I safeguard the souls in my lantern. Traversing hell ain't always as easy as it ought to be.
So this is just the in-between, then. Okay, that's fine. Alright, don't go near that thing. What have we got? A Scourging Blight. Well, I think we should kill it. Yeah. I think it's no challenge to us, so we're not going to do anything special. We're just going to kill it. I am going to turn off the loft self-harm thing, though. Nice.
Not even close.
Almost got it.
This does not work.
Oh, she's still using her crossbow. Okay, interesting.
Show them how it's done.
And it's dead.
This does not work.
Right? Right. So, Zoti, this is a perfect time for you to switch back to your sickle.
What can I do you for?
Okay.
All right.
So we're just in the plain old in-between, apparently. Oh, so these aren't going to come back to life.
You up there, run!
A wave the size of a mountain.
We have to go.
Oh.
Can't. No, please.
Oh. They're getting turned to stone and zapped. Okay.
Help!
Grab that.
Of all my people, I am last.
I can't die here, I think is what he's about to say.
I cannot
No
die
one noticed
here.
that, right?
I mean, he is dead, so I guess you can die here.
Yeah?
Alright.
Be right there.
Well, that's weird. Chunks of unnatural architecture being torn from their roots, hanging still in the void.
Sure.
Okay.
And what do we have here?
Ooh. A purple box. some soul residue in it.
I conquered every city of the Greylands. They will
Gods,
remember my name.
An end at last. Thank you.
I'll take.
Oh, okay. There's a whole bunch here. That's a big one. Okay, well, we want to get the small ones gone, so that's fine. I think we're fine right now. What are they immune to? They're immune to lightning, but weak to crush. So what I might do is I might use a crush on the back too with Zoti. We'll keep firing on the first one. We're going to move a little bit closer as well.
Show 'em how
Love
it's
will
done.
be on seek.
Can't make
Say
a
your
dent.
prayers.
Nice, that did something. The big guy, he's weak to a lot. Weak to ice, so why don't we use an upgraded blizzard on the group? Yeah. Okay, I do see the one off to the side as well, but I'm focusing on the main group for just now. Right. Yeah. That's fine. Empowered knockdown, if he's not immune to being knocked down, that's fine. Aloth, anything we can chuck in there from you? I mean, maybe a fireball? They are weak to fire.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle. All things must come to an end.
Me, mother.
Even me.
Okay, that did some stuff. Zoti, you need to use your athletics as soon as possible. Okay. We can try our blinding strike. Let's upgrade blinding strike and shoot it at it. Aloth, anything else we want you to chuck in? They're immune to corrode. Try combustible wounds.
Didn't work.
That's not going to affect it at all because of its high fortitude. She used it and she's still weak. Okay. She did at least heal. She enfeebled something. Or something was enfeebled. It might even be her. Well, we want to heal. We can't. We don't have a heal because we haven't rested. Oh no. You have a heal, don't you? You have purged toxins. You don't have a heal right now. Moon's Light. Yeah, I guess the Moon's Light. That's what we want to cast on. More combustible wounds. It's still not going to affect the Soul Collector. Got too much fortitude for that to affect. We'll try like a cone attack or something. Not a lot that he's got. I think his basic attack is probably worth using. Let's upgrade it. Right. I'm going to turn him into a shark and get him to attack. That's alright. Yeah, go and attack him as giant shark with your whatever that's called. Okay, that's fine. She's still fairly low. She does have a heal that she can cast. So cast it if you can. Nice. Just keep casting heal. Big guy, he's fine. Have we got something here? Taste the Hunt. Can add raw damage as we attack. That's fine.
That's it.
So that will at least do raw damage, which is okay. We got one over here. I'm gonna get Aloft to attack the Blight, and we're gonna attack it as well. Let's strike the bell. Just to try and knock it down.
That's it.
Nice. We'll try a finishing blow on it.
How do you like that?
Never you mind.
Nice, that's good.
I'll land the
It's almost dead. Zoti's still up. I'm going to use the sickle on him. Edier, I'm going to try and knock down. Giant shark. You keep being a giant shark.
next one.
Okay.
Love Hogwarts.
This is fine.
There's a walloping.
It's almost down.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Nice. We're going to turn off our power move. Keep hitting it. Nothing I can chuck in there, so we could use overdraw. Let's try and penetrate the tougher armor that he's got. And then I could try miasma. 5% chance. Well, I'm not going to try that then. How's he against crush damage? Very good. We could try a fire one, which will hit against reflex, I suppose, which is okay. That might work. Right, move a Loth up here. Do a fire attack that hits against reflex. That's not going to hit a Loth himself, right? Even though it says it will.
This does not work.
No, it's not going to. Okay. We did at least hit him with fire. Or maybe it's mean the return shot might hit a Loth if it returns.
Never you mind.
Nope. Okay.
Miss. I'll
Round
land
the
the
back.
next one.
Burn again. Here this goes.
This thing isn't doing...
Okay, Zoti has no more healing. We are going to use our extra attack speed. I'm going to move... Yeah, I'm going to disengage with Takahu, even though it's going to hurt him. And cast maggots on him. Actually, what's the chance of maggots hitting? 0. Well, let's not use it then. Chill Fog? 0%, but it hurts people who are in the area, so we'll try it.
That dog won't hunt.
That's fine. Still not doing anything. You're still fairly low. Anything else we can chuck in? Can summon a whip, I suppose.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Just summon another thing to hit it. Vile Thorns, that's a really close range one. There's a lot of damage, but it would hit against deflection and fortitude, which it's got a really high amount of, so that's not going to work. Let's summon another whip. Is that not in range? Really? No, it is. Okay, I just need to tell it to attack. Oh, it knocked it down. Nice. Oh, you can't summon 2 at a time. Interesting.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle. Yeah.
Okay. Get the extra attack speed, Zoti.
What do you need?
Oh, you turned off blockhead here.
That dog
Try and knock
won't
it
hunt.
down.
This does not
Nice.
work. Show him how it's done.
Nice. Okay. Anything else that we can do? I mean, we could try chucking in more spells, but I don't really have anything. How about we'll try, like...
This is futile.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. Oh, no, it did do damage, actually. Oh, keep chucking in damage. That's fine.
I cannot whack him any harder.
Yeah, keep hitting it.
Nuh-uh, didn't work.
It's real tough, but I think we got it.
That would be
Show
enough.
him how it's done.
What's Zoti doing? Why are they not attacking it anymore?
That's it.
We must have just lost our route to it, maybe?
At your service.
Oh, the tentacle moves closer. I see. So it lost its route to it.
Yes, Captain.
That's fine.
The beast.
Head back this way. Oh, each time we take one of these, we hear a noise from it. Or like we hear something. Oh, okay. We got here.
That would be enough.
If I take this one.
She te kasi bizu. Ye ked tigewu tikiki.
Oh, okay. We go over
I got
here.
this.
Can't see what that is. Okay, that's fine. Got more spirit residue. Am I only in combat log or? Yeah, okay, I'm only in combat log. That's why I couldn't see any of these. Flickering motes of energy stream towards the vortex in unending march. Okay.
Of winter.
Of course.
A wall formed from tessellating blocks of bismuth rise before you, and out from the wall juts a face just at least 3 amoa high. Its mouth hangs open in a silent shout, eyes wide. A damp, frigid wind screams between the rocks. It carries whispers in its wake and chills you to your core.
What have we here?
Rumorgand. I told you it was him. The voice of Rumorgand rumbles from the stone.
A wayward watcher has wandered into my realm. Whatever should I do with you?
The god chuckles, a sound like boulders crashing down a mountainside.
You did not receive an invitation to my realm, Herald of Barath. Tell me, why should I not grind your soul to dust?
The stone face splits into a broad smile. Well, I could be useful to you.
But I have no need for a vassal. Everything I desire, I do for myself.
A good policy.
Embrace oblivion with open arms, Watcher.
No. Chill wind. The chill wind you first felt when you entered this place picks up. It becomes deafening. It becomes a deafening cacophony. A shriek so loud and sharp that it might tear the very bones from your skin or shred your soul to cobweb tatters. Wait! Your cry echoes out into the void. Suddenly the wind dies and the cold abates.
Do you fear dissolution after all? How droll. As much as it would delight me to scatter your soul, you belong to Barath. I will spare you that fate. For now.
I knew you wouldn't do it.
I can pluck you from the mortal plane as easily as Barath, and you will not belong to them forever. Now, on to the matter that brought you here. Your Animancer friends meddle in things beyond their comprehension. Were I not the generous creature I am, you would have died. Be sure to tell the Animancers that they have failed, and that they have drawn my gaze. I will not hesitate to obliterate them if they irritate me again.
I'm just gonna say nothing.
You might prepare yourself, Watcher. Aothas's plan is a bold one, brilliant in its simplicity, and he has the will to bring it to fruition.
Interesting, we've got a god that's backing Aothas. Okay. What will happen to us?
Well, you know what I desire. And do send my regards to your Animancer friends.
Rimmergan's voice fades to nothing, only the wind remains. Aha. I wonder whether he would have had a different tack to you if you had sided with him in the first game. I don't know.
We should spend more time in my mother's realm.
Well, definitely. She's nice to us.
The beast.
Okay. Anything else here? Yep, one more. Time to leave. Well, that was okay, I guess. We survived.
Watcher, can you hear me?
You raise your head to find yourself surrounded by anxious faces. Blonde withdraws the finger currently prodding at your temple and nearly stumbles backwards.
Oh, thank the gods. Thank Helia. Merla, you had us in a panic.
Blonde sets a hand to her chest and fans herself with the other.
I don't have to tell you it didn't work. The current spiked and you went completely still, breathing but nothing else. We sent for the physician. Myself, I was about to try throwing some water in your face. What happened? Did you feel any pain? Do you remember anything?
Rimmergan sends his regards.
You had some kind of vision? A near-death experience?
With your safety assured, Flan's sympathetic expression quickly cedes to professional curiosity. Well, no, I mean I literally went to the Beyond and spoke to Rimmergand.
What was it like?
It was cold and weird. While you speak, one of the researchers prods you gently with a copper rod. You hear the device in his hand give a high, piercing whine. Alright, whatever. Well, what now?
Sientere, Watcher, truly. It seemed we sent your mind further afield than intended, and without the rest of you in tow. Not entirely outside our predictions, but not the result we wanted. We have stipend for volunteers. You're welcome to the sum of it. I hope it goes some way toward earning your forgiveness. Just as I hope this hasn't put you off helping us. We just have to adjust the current, give you a chance to control your flight, for want of a better word. We're all very glad you're in one piece. We'll have a look at the machines, figure out what went wrong. Until then, I'm sure our friends at headquarters will want an update, and to see I haven't done you any permanent harm. We'll send word when we're ready here.
Alright, sure. We'll come back at some point, I'm sure. But we got level ups for everyone. Fantastic. So we get to level up. Mechanics seems like a good idea for us. Continue on the one thing we're really good at. And I like it. I like being able to open locks. I like being able to disarm traps. All of that's good. Here, diplomacy I quite like, but I think we've hit the level where we don't need any more right now. I think I might put more in streetwise. It comes in more useful than it seems. It's useful just to talk to different types of people. It's gives us more options. Okay, so we're now at the next level of abilities. So, we've got Shadowing Beyond. So for 3 cost, this is, yeah, we can become targetable, invisible, and get 50 deflection for 10 seconds. Okay, interesting. So wait, that gives us a teleport of 8 meters, followed by being untargetable, invisible, and getting ton of deflection. So it's basically teleport behind someone and go after them, and then shadow step. So we break engagement and expertly avoid the next attack, diving out of range to a specific location. Afterwards, the next primary weapon attack will paralyze their target. So we can disappear somewhere, paralyze the next target. That sounds pretty cool. And it also gives us the immune to engagement and 50 deflection. What's this one? Withering Strike. So aim for a vital area and weaken a target. Okay, so it lowers their constitution and healing received. Fairly good. Then we've got Adept Evasion, which 100% of incoming grazes are converted to misses from attacks versus reflex. That's very good. For reflex is high, that really comes into play, because of course, remember, all grazes on the kind of roll is, let's say you've got equal, let's say you've got equal reflex to their accuracy. You're rolling on a 0 to 100, 25 to 50 are grazes. So, and they do 25% damage, if I've got this right. Or they do 25% less damage, sorry. So that means that instead of doing 75% damage to you, it does nothing. So it means that you get 0 damage from everything from 0 to 50. That's pretty good. That's really good. I don't know if we need it, but it's really good. We're not really melee right now, but we'll see. Persistent Distraction. So that allows us to have an extra enemy engaged. That's more if we were playing kind of a tankier rogue, because I imagine what you could do with the rogue is you could play the rogue like a tanky person based off reflex. So you get your reflex very high, and you use them to tank enemies that can attack off of reflex, and then you dodge them that way. Okay. And then Tumbling. So we get an additional defense against disengagement attacks. So we get plus 20 defense when disengaging. Alright, and we also have the upgrades of the blinds that we could have last time. I think I want to take Shadow Step. It sounds amazing. Sounds much more usable than Shadowing Beyond, although I can see the use of Shadowing Beyond. And then, do we want to take an upgrade to our one of these? So this is 3 raw damage per 3 seconds, so it's basically 1 damage per second for the rest of the fight. That's really good. If we could hit that on like an enemy that we know is going to survive a long time, that'll start really working its way through. And then we've got, while blinded, all attacks on the target add stacking deflection penalty to deflection. Okay. I don't know. We get to pick 2 of these. I think I'm gonna take Gouging Strike because I really like the concept of like a way to do overtime raw damage for the length of a fight. Like, there are fights that last a really long time, and if we can get a single hit in that's gonna really work, like we could turn on our penetration thing for the warbow, shoot this strike, that'll then do raw damage, and it gives us a way to basically, if we can have Edier being a very strong tank up front, They're attacking Edier. Edier's surviving, but they're slowly getting whittled down. I like it. I think we're in a good spot. I think we're in a good spot of ourselves. Okay. Well, we got more level ups. Zoti. So, Zoti. Alchemy is still useful, although we do have Takehu, who's going to be doing alchemy. I might boost her athletics a little bit. He is in melee, so it will make her second wind a little bit better. And it gives us an option if we want to take Edier out, but still want to have the athletics in our party for like other reasons. Here, religion, she's pretty much top dog. I'm going to put one more in. I think 6 is where I'm leaving it for just now in terms of those kind of things. And because it's a new power level, she got Vile Thorns. Okay, so we now have 2 with Vile Thorns. Except it's really useful for her, because she is often in melee range. I like it. Okay. So we got Prayer for the Spirit. Grants target ally Smart Inspiration for extended duration. So Smart is 5 Intellect. Okay. That's fine. We got Warding Seal. Generates a magical seal that explodes in a burst of energy. Okay. So, it's alright. It's difficult to use effectively. Watchful Presence. So we can put something on an ally which will then activate when they go low. Yeah. That's useful. I'm going to see if it has a timer on it. It doesn't appear to have a timer on it. It's just like whenever. So we could stake that on Edier or something at the start of a fight and basically say, whenever he gets low, heal him. Dire Blessing, so it grants them in an AoE the Aware. What's Aware? 5 Perception and 50% of grazes converted to hits. That's good. I like it. Consecrated Ground is very useful. It's an AoE heal that lasts... how long? Doesn't say. Oh no, there you go, 20 seconds. So that would restore, because it would only do it 6 times, that would restore 42 health? Yeah, alright. That's pretty good. Divine Mark. Burn damage lowers deflection. That's good. And it hits on will. Despondent Blows. So, lowers the person's attack in AoE, accuracy of melee attacks, crits are converted to hits. Okay, interesting. Bear's Fortitude we've seen before, Snake's Reflexes we've seen before. She's only at level 3. Oh, it's because she's multi-class. Yeah, of course. Combat Focus and Bull's Will. Well, I think Divine Mark is amazing. I think, actually thinking about it, because it does a lot of damage, it hits against will and it lowers deflection. So if they have low will but high deflection, we do this, that hits into the accuracy versus will, lowers the deflection, and does a bit of damage. I think that's going to be very useful for us. Okay, and then as a monk, which we haven't done a lot of, we can get our lightning. We can upgrade lightning strike, so it means that she does damage with shock, 30% damage dealt as shock with weapons. Okay. Or we can make her even faster, I think. Or is this not? Oh yeah, so it does make her even faster. She still gets the quick, which gives her dexterity. And weapon critical hits have a 33% chance to trigger another strike. Nice. She's not really a crit monster, but that could be good. Blade Turning. So, redirects attacks to another target for 3 seconds. It's only 3 seconds, it is a short time. Torment's Reach. So, in an AoE, the primary target is staggered, and then a full AoE around them will stagger other enemies as well. I like it. That could be useful. And then Stunning Blow. Designed to disrupt an enemy's ability to react, stunning them. So it's just an attack that stuns. See upgrade, if this attack critically hits, its cost is refunded. I think I'm going to take Torment's Reach. I think the AoE stagger is quite useful. Yeah, let's take that. Yeah, we seem like we're going in a good direction with Zoti. Next one is Edier. Edier, Explosives. Then Intimidate. Fairly easy choices for him. We get to the next level. So, Charge. The fighter dashes across the battlefield in a flash, attacking anyone caught in their path and interrupting them. Okay. Not how we were playing him, but I could see that being useful. Vigorous defense, so we become fiercely determined to deflect all incoming blows for 15 seconds, so it gives plus 20 to all defenses. Could be useful. What's the upgrade? Each time the fighter takes damage, the duration increases. I like that. Lower their guards. The person that we drag through gets their armor rating significantly reduced by 10. Okay, that's good. Out of the fire, so we can pull allies to safety. Not sure if we want that, but okay. Unstoppable, so we become resistant to all dexterity afflictions. Nice. Might ones. Okay, this might be where we go here. It gives a damage bonus to the weapons, not what we're looking for, but okay. Fearless. So shaken lowers your resolve, cannot use hostile spells, take no other action other than to flee. Yeah, I think we want that one. I think we want to take a couple of these, actually. Not that one. The resistance to being staggered and dazed. And yeah, definitely. We want to take a resistance to that. Doesn't say what the resistance is. It just says we will have a resistance. Well, actually, does it say there? Oh, it downgrades it. Okay, so it means that we can never get stunned again. Because stuns would all turn to dazes, dazes all turn to staggers. Oh, okay, so that's good. We can never be terrified, they'll only be we can only ever be frightened. I think that's the best route for Edier. It's not the most flashy route, but it's probably going to make him a better tank. Takehu? Let's put in explosives. That gives us another option other than Edier for explosives. And metaphysics. Let's go into that with him. Okay, so we got the next level, which is his boiling spray. So it's a full AoE, fire attack, which is in a cone. Okay, interesting. Moonwell. Friendly AoE restores health and gives defenses for 20 seconds. Nice. Overwhelming wave plows through everything and does stunning. Yeah, I could see that being useful. An AoE stun. That won't hit, or I think because of this one. Frost and water spells cast this way are foe only. I think. Unless they're only talking about water shaper spells. But I would assume that means that is foe only. I could be wrong. It might not be. Wicked Bears, or Briars, hobbles and does a small amount of damage. Not amazed at that one. Hailstorm. So it does crush and freeze damage in area of effect. Nice. Calling the World's Maw. So it does pierce damage to targets, knocking them prone. Okay. We got Conjure Blight. I don't think we need a Conjure Blight. And then Form of a Deligman is one that we can't take. It would basically make him very, very tough. Okay, what other stuff we got? We got Greater Wild Strike Freeze. That means 40% of the damage dealt as freeze weapon. Dealt as freeze with weapons, it says. While we're in Shapeshift. Yeah. So those are the other Shapeshift upgrades. Heart of the Storm. Gain increased penetration with electricity attacks. I don't think we really have any. Scion of Fire. Increases penetration of fire attacks. Increases penetration of frost and water. Could be useful. I think we're going to take that one. The heal. I think Overwhelming Wave sounds most useful to me. Let's take that. We're not really making him a character that has a lot of options. He's basically does a little bit of damage, but mostly when he's in his human form, well, when he's in his Huana form, he's pretty much all about the healing and the CCing and that sort of stuff. And then we get to a Loth. We said 6 is basically our limit on that one. Means we have to take something else. Take explosives, or we could take athletics, or we go into alchemy. I think I'm going to go into alchemy a little bit. And then here, Metaphysics is kind of our... Yeah, we'll make him metaphysics. We got some overlap, but that's good. Then we get our next level of wizard spells. So, what are these ones? These are just the 1 penetration to all the spells? Yeah. Okay, not worried about them. So we got the next level of missiles, which we already have, actually. That's fine. We have the flame shield. Increases the freeze armor rating, causing burn damage to anyone who damages them with a melee attack. Yeah, we're not really playing as a melee wizard. What's the other one we already have? I don't know. Oh, do we already have Wall of Flame or something? I don't remember. Anyway, Minor Grimoire Imprint gives the wizard caster access to 1 free spell from the target wizard spell list. Okay, so if we see another wizard, we could take a spell from them. Iron Skin increases the armor rating for 10 attacks. Writhing Tentacles or Tentacles. Essential Phantom creates a ghostly double of the caster that causes shock damage to enemies it strikes. Minor Arcane Reflection, so it reflects spells. Okay, and Pool of Eora. It draws all nearby characters towards it each time it pulses and reduces their stride. I like the Confusion AoE, sounds interesting. Attacks hit friendly and hostile characters for them. Okay. What have we got here? Concussive we already have. These aren't amazing. Yeah, these aren't actually very, like, amazingly good. I would almost prefer to get more level 1 spells over them. Yeah, in fact, I think I will. Unless I want to take one of these. We do have a lot of fire attacks. I could increase the penetration of fire attacks. I could do it with Corrode. Let's just increase penetration. I don't think there were any spells there that were jumping out at me and telling me we had to have them. And that's us leveled up. Fantastic. I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching. Next time we're going to explore more of this part of the island. See you next time. Goodbye.